And it makes me wonder, too, as Petterson is laid up with this broken thumb now. See, these are the questions that I have. Like, can he ride his unicycle? Is he able to juggle?
Is that his story? Is writing about a...
It was.
Hold on.
It was.
Whether he signs or not is no story, but him fucking juggling and riding a unicycle, because I remember reading that story.
That was a
story.
That
was a story. So that's a story?
Right.
Don't tell me.
Right. So Eagle Ridge could hook him up while he's...
That was a story.
While he's down here. He's going to need a ride, so can't be... That would seem really dangerous to be on a unicycle with a broken thumb now. You'd just be asking for more trouble.
No, he's immobilized for 2 to 3 weeks. He can't do anything. He won't be lifting any weights. Or 3 to 4 weeks. And he'll be able to keep his cardio up. But he's played a ton of hockey. Last off season, summer was really limited. It was leading up to the draft, preparing for the draft. Then right after that, it was Canucks development camp. He was here. Then right after that, there were camps and Team Sweden obligations he had to do the rest of the summer. So big things are expected of him this summer. Like, this is the summer that he can get strength increases that he didn't get last summer. And I will give you one of the newsy type information that is in my Sunday feature.
Yes.
Is that when he got hurt, he was up to 78 kilos, which is 172 pounds. That's pretty good, man. Like, that's like Kane. Like, this year, Keller played at 170. Kane was drafted at 160. He plays around 175, 177 now. So 172, like, you're fine in the NHL. Like, this whole idea that he needs to put on weight, I think, is outrageous. But he does need to get stronger. And I think now, looking at the summer, they will create a program to get him stronger, and he's got the time and space to do it. Even with the recovery of the thumb injury, he was going to take 2 to 3 weeks off anyway, following the season, because of all the hockey he'd played. So, I think that it's going to work out fine with a thumb injury.
And the injury sucks, let's be honest. I mean, it sucks for him. It sucks for the Swedes. It sucks for Canuck fans. And I had, a fair bit of time in my hands. I've been watching the Worlds, watching him pretty closely when Sweden was playing, and he was playing all right.
No, he was great. That was his best game. He was playing great in that game.
The game he got hurt, yes.
He was. I thought he was the best player in that game.
His body of work in the tournament was... Like, he was all right. Like, he wasn't dominating.
He got better.
I'll give you that.
Okay. He got better every game.
That's a story? And now I'm on edge here. Now I'm not sure. But I'm just saying, overall, where he dominated the Swedish Hockey League, he wasn't dominating the Worlds, but he didn't look out of place at all. And I've heard this sort of line of thinking that maybe it's him and his confidence level that he's not ready to come over here and play next year. And I'm like, dude... Like, you've got nothing left to prove in this SHL after the year that you just had.
Yeah.
You go to the Worlds. I know it's not best on best, but there's a lot of really good players, a lot of, like, big-time pros over there. And he was getting a good opportunity. Yeah. He was playing with legitimate National Hockey Leaguers. He didn't look out of place at all. Like, I want this guy to bet on himself that he can get it done here in Vancouver.
Oh, and I think he will. Like,
so do I. I think he's going to show up and play here.
He's incredibly committed to being a great player. Like, there are all kinds of stories of him off the ice and his determination to not just rely on what he has, but to better it, to be great. Like, he has a drive that is impressive to guys like Linden. Like, Linden is, he made the most out of his skill set as a player because of his drive, and Petterson has qualities in him that drive him to be great, and I think ultimately he'll sign. I just think, like, you have to. I don't think people appreciate the kind of center of attention he was in Sweden. How difficult it was mentally to be the best player on the best team in the country at 19, to have an historic season, to break records. Like, yeah, we talk about Petterson regularly enough here in Vancouver. It was every day. He was the focus all the time. And one of the people close to me was saying there was a 3-week stretch where he was a trending topic on social media in that country every single day. Like, he was he was the man, and and he made it happen. Like, he took all of that pressure, he took the weight of his team, and all that attention, and he made the most of it. He got better as the season went on, and he did great things in the playoffs. He led that team to a championship, carried them there, all of that. I just think that there's a certain decompression that a player has to go, especially one that age, after going through something like this. Like, he was in Div 2 last year, right? Like, he was a known quantity, and he was an emerging star in the country, but he wasn't a rock star. And there was a huge step from where he went last year, where people were talking at the draft he was going to fall out of the top 10, and to where he became this year, which is a superstar in that country, and at 19 on that world championship team. And you talk about how he looked on that team. I haven't seen this laid out, like how many 19-year-olds play for Team Sweden at the World Championships. There aren't many of them. Like Nylander, when he played, and it was last year when he finally played his first time with the senior team at the World Championship, and he was MVP. He was phenomenal. But that was 3 years after his 2014 draft, right? Like, that was his first time. This was Pettersson's draft plus 1 year. Like, it's very rare, does not happen often when a player that age gets a prominent role with Team Sweden at the World Championship.